Well, welcome. We're going to talk just a little bit here today about uh, My eBay, the My eBay part of your eBay account, and how to go through and check settings, make settings, set things as canceled or shipped or tracking information, all that kind of stuff, and where you find it. So that's what I wanted to share with you here. So we're going to start first by, here we're looking at eBay's homepage. So you'll go to My eBay. If you click the My eBay link up here, or if you hover over it and then click Summary or Selling, any of those will take you to about the same place we need to be. Now, if you click My eBay, it'll go to the same place as what Summary does, and that'll bring you to this here. Now, yours might look a little different than mine. I have a business account and I have a store, and so it'll look a little different, but it's going to have a section in the middle here, and it's going to have links on the left. And we're going to be focusing on these links on the left. You can see I have the Selling Manager Pro here, but yours might look a little bit more like this page that I have bookmarked. For some reason, eBay gives me two different views depending on what link I go to. So this one, I think, is more general to what you'll see on eBay accounts that aren't a store or business account. So you'll have these different tabs: activity, messages, account, application. So we're looking at the activity tab, and underneath that we have the buy section, which is where I have my watch list of things that I've decided I want to watch and see what happens with them. I've got where I can have my bids and offers that I'm making, purchase history. That's for me as a buyer. And then underneath it we have a selling section. Now again, mine says Selling Manager Pro because I have a store, and so they give me this manager here. But you'll have a similar situation. Before you have a store, it'll say All Selling perhaps, so over here. And underneath that you'll have similar links like this: active items, unsold items, sold items, and then you might have these underneath: sold, awaiting payment, awaiting shipment, paid and shipped, and shipping labels. Most of those links will be somewhere in there. And then you have other links down here. But the most important ones we want to look at are going to be the sold, the perhaps unsold, active, scheduled, and drafts. Those are the main areas where you'll have things to do. If you have active listings, then that's going to be under the active link here. If you have listings you've started but didn't finish, they'll be under the drafts. If you have scheduled something that is going to start in the future, then it'll be under this list. If something ended but did not sell, it'll be under unsold. And then we've got our sold items. If we click on sold, this is one of the main areas I wanted to show you. And depending on your account, you might see an actions or more actions drop down on the left, or you might see that over here on the right somewhere. But you'll always have this actions column for your listings, or you should have. Now, incidentally, you can customize this. I'm not going to get into showing that, but there is a customize option up here where you can go in and customize what it shows, what columns are shown, and what information is shown on your items. But what we want to look at is this actions list. So you have a drop down right here. So you can see the top on this one, because this is my sold listings, the top option is print shipping label, which on this one, actually this just sold. So this barely just sold right now, and so that's something that I will be printing a shipping label tomorrow. If you are not shipping your own item, then you're not going to click that link to print shipping label. And I'll just show you that. If we do click on print shipping label, the next page that comes up gives us the option to choose a carrier, to find out what the cost is, and I can go in here and say, okay, priority mail, 4 pounds, it's going to cost me $13 to ship it because it's just going to Kentucky, not too far away. This might actually be, yeah, this is a international order, it looks like, so I'm paying that much shipping. They're paying a little more to get it to them. Or I can change this carrier to FedEx, and I can look at the FedEx options and probably find one that's cheaper. A lot of times with a heavy item like this, I can get it cheaper through FedEx. So we choose FedEx, and it defaults to priority overnight, which we're going to change to either home delivery or SmartPost. Those are the two cheapest. So we'll try home delivery and see what that does. So that's equivalent to the priority. We'll try the Smart Post, which is an option in FedEx there, and that's $8.98. So there I could ship it for $4 less than the other options. But remember, you're only going to print shipping label. You're only going to click this to create a label if you are actually putting the label on the package, you have the package, and you're going to ship it out. Otherwise, you're not going to do any of this because it's going to be drop shipped and the shipping is done somewhere else. So we'll go back to our previous page here. So again, shipping label, you'll only use that if you are shipping it yourself. If you have it shipped by Amazon or Walmart or some other store or some wholesaler, then once they ship it, they'll provide you with a tracking number. You can come in here and click Add Tracking Number, and that will mark the item as shipped and put the tracking in for them to watch it and see where it is in transit. Okay. View sales record you won't usually use, or view PayPal transaction you won't usually use. Print shipping labels or invoices is similar to the print shipping label up above, so you won't usually use that. You have an option to leave feedback here. If we don't have a tracking number yet, we could mark it as shipped, so at least they know that we're in the shipping process, and then come back to add tracking later. Once we complete all the transaction and everything, we might want to come in and leave feedback for them. If we have concerns about it, we might contact the buyer, and this is where we might click to contact them and say, I'm sorry, the item is out of stock, or something like that. You can use that. And then this one here, we want to click on cancel order if for some reason we can't fulfill the order. And so that's where we would cancel. Now if we come in and click cancel order, doing that here in eBay and confirming the cancel will actually refund them through their PayPal account as well. And I'm going to show you that screen. I'll do it down on this one. If we go into this cancel order, the next screen it's going to say, well, why do you want to cancel it? And there's two options. Either we're out of stock, or the item is damaged and it's our fault, or the buyer asked to cancel, or there's a problem with the buyer's address. You always want to choose this second option. Always that second option, because if you choose the first one, it counts against you as a seller, and if you do too many of those, they'll suspend your account. So I always make it the seller's decision, and then you would continue to cancel. Easy way to do that is just contact them and say, hey, it's out of stock. If you'd like, I can send you this similar item, or I can refund you and cancel the transaction. And then, of course, they're going to either say, well, yeah, send me the replacement, or they're going to say, no, please cancel, and then it's their request. Okay. So everything you will need to do with the transaction is going to be under this list here. I don't ever recommend archiving them. Leave them in here so you have a history. Just like I have here, I show 44 sold items, so I can go back and look at all my sold items, and if there's ever an issue or a question, I've got a history of it there. Now, if we go to active items, you'll have a similar actions drop down, but it'll have some different options in there. So in here, since these are fixed price listings, the first option it has is to send to online auction. So I could transfer it to an auction listing instead of a fixed price listing, which generally speaking I wouldn't recommend doing. Now incidentally, you can't go the other way. You can't change an auction listing into a fixed price listing. If you have offers, you can review the offers. You can click Sell Similar to sell a similar item. If there's questions, you can respond to questions. If you need to revise your item and make changes, you can do that here. If you want to add to the description, you can do that, but you normally just do that through Revise anyway. If we need to end the item for some reason, we can end it here. Mark our questions as answered. That's new. That's nice to see that. And then we could save it as a template, which again, unless we're going to list that exact same type of thing, we're probably not going to use that. So most of these, if you need to revise, you might do that. If you need to end the item, you could do that here. Now also, I could check this if I wanted to end all my items. Let's say I have only 10 items up. I'm going to leave town for a week and I'm not going to be here. Well, then I'd want to end the item. So I'd check this box at the top, which will highlight all of them. And then under the action drop down, I could click End. And then on the next page, it'll ask me to confirm that I want to end those. If you do that, then those listings will go to the unsold items, and you'll be able to go in to this section and relist them when you come back. And that, again, you can do in bulk. You can come in here and check this box when you get back from vacation and say, okay, I want to relist all of those. And you can relist them. Or you can click this, relist as fixed price items. So whatever you want to do, that option is in there as well. Okay.